Don't worry about how things are going to manifest. Just know that they will, and then allow the obstacles that you might see as obstacles to fall into place. All you need is the intention, and the end product will manifest if that is what you are in alignment with. You just have to flow with it, and then when the time comes for you to make a move, then you'll know when it is, and that's when you make your move in conjunction with the higher energies.
The Abraham material that is given to us by Esther Hicks, and in fact, Abraham is not a single entity; it is a collective as well. The Christ consciousness, or the Christ energy, as Esther places it. But she was only really at that time able to be aware of this higher consciousness, so they put a name to it, and they gave it Abraham, which was in relationship to her level of understanding at that point, which has changed since then, of course. But one thing that she says, which is very clear, is when you ask for something, just think about what you want and why you want it. Do not get into the hows so much. Just say what I want and why you want it. And so that goes right to your motive, and it focuses on the feeling of seeing what that is in your life, whether it's a partnership, it's something, or it's a position or a feeling. It's all about getting that focus there.
Well, I was just going to say that when you focus on the how is this going to happen and how am I going to get there, then you take your consciousness away from the end situation, and then you move away from the ability to manifest. And it's very easy to do, and other people try to do it for you as well. If you may say to somebody, oh, I think I might like to do this, or I have a chance to do this particular thing, you'll have other people say, well, how on earth are you going to do that? That's not possible. What about this? What about that? Oh, crumbs, you haven't thought about this. And they will come forward with their blockages, and you have to then teach them and say, oh, I'm not going to worry about those things. Well, how can you not worry about them? They're insurmountable. You can't possibly get over them. Well, I know it appears that way right now, but I'm going to trust. I really see this situation manifesting. I know it looks like it's utterly impossible, but I have trust that it will manifest. And when you think that way, when you speak that way, then you're focusing on the end product, and all your consciousness is working on the manifestation of that which you want. And you can look at that with energy as well, and that gives you your clue, because when you focus on what you want and imagine that you have it already, you feel good, because it's in alignment with your desire. You feel great. It opens your heart. You feel fantastic. When you try to worry about how you're going to get there, that takes you into stress, panic, worry, fear, and then you move away from that lovely, nice place into somewhere that's not in vibrational, emotional alignment with the outcome.
And most people are in a position where they just want to feel better, just a little bit. They want a little bit of relief. The idea of changing the world is too big for them to really grasp, because they're just a small person on the planet dealing with life issues on a daily basis. Whether their life issues look significant from somebody outside, somebody might see, wow, that person drives a Mercedes and he has a big job in this company, and he has a big home, he takes vacations, and wow, what a life. But in that life, he's still just trying to feel better. And then you see another person living in a little grass hut out in the middle of nowhere, no electricity, 5 or 6 kids that they're all sick, or they're doing fairly well, or they're just living in a kind of what we would see as a very poverty situation. Well, they're just all trying to feel better too, and in these kind of different realities and different perspectives, the continuity is not trying to change the world. It's trying to change my world. is trying to find a way to get to a better feeling thought. And in that, I believe I'm wise enough to see that the end goal of this is that for me to really feel not a Band-Aid situation, but a solution, is that the whole world needs to feel a new level of relief. And I can see that with the beginning seed. See, we're just a seed here. We're just like a small seed that will grow into a very large tree, and grow in this way. And when this tree grows, it'll support life. But as a seed, it doesn't do anything except want to grow a little bit more each day. You're feeling on that?
Yes, exactly. That's what the gold ring is right now. It's a seed that will grow. It needs to be nourished and watered and have beautiful sunlight and love, and it's getting those things. It's getting those things so that seed will grow. And the gold ring is representative also of us individually. We are all individual seeds, and we are growing forward into this collective large tree. And that's a metaphor that the 9 used with me very recently, as the metaphor of the seed. And about the world being too big, changing the world being too big for us. Well, yes, if you think of it like that, we are going to change the world, and you see the end result, it's too big for us. Of course it is. So the same procedure applies regarding manifestation. We see the world that we want to exist in. We know it's there, and we know that we can manifest it, but we mustn't worry about how we are going to get there, because every single one of us has a part to play, and we need to work on our individual lives, because everything we do in our individual lives, if we are following the alignment to the light, then we will all be on the same mission, and we will all be manifesting the same future for our world. About feeling better, what happens with that is we have to have the feeling first before the situations come into our life that make us feel better. If we're sitting there thinking, well, why don't I feel better? I could have a better car, I could have a nice girlfriend, or I could have some money, or those things won't make us feel better even if we had them. We could win the lottery and be a millionaire, and we would feel no better, because all we've got is money. We need to look at the heart and go inside and go to the emotions and the feelings and have the connectedness with the higher dimensional loving forces. Those things will make us feel better. We do that first. And when we access the feeling, and then we move forward with the feeling already there. Once we're in that feeling, we then align ourselves to processes and situations that come our way that match our feeling. So if we're feeling good and we're feeling joyful, blissful, happy, excited, and in this state of knowing, we will draw situations into our life that align with us, with that feeling, and we'll feel even more of that. And that's the way to go forward into that.
And the essence of the ceremony of asking is actually the process of giving. Because when we're able to give, we feel better and better about who we are, because we're able to nurture and grow that seed, grow that seed of ourselves, or be able to nurture a child into a strong adult. And see, everyone needs support, everyone. And we are this energy of this family. And as we develop a larger and larger family, so to speak, there needs to be this energy of oneness, which is going to naturally come from the heart energy that you talked about, because there's a love and a joy between each person, wanting them to see and become their most creative self.